Level 1. The Researcher. You are 27 years old and you have never been inside an interrogation room. You sit at a workstation with 4 monitors. The light is fluorescent. The coffee went cold an hour ago. Nobody talks much in this room. Your job is to build a person from paper. You pull NSA signals intercepts, CIA biographic files, DOD detainee records, Interpol cross-references. You read his letters to his mother. You learn that he is afraid of his father, proud of his older brother, and humiliated by a dismissal he received 9 years ago from a cell leader whose name you now know better than your own. You map 6 psychological pressure points, rank them by projected yield, and write a 43-page profile. His handwriting tells you he was left-handed until someone corrected it. His call patterns tell you he prays at irregular hours, which means the faith is real, but the discipline is fractured. You note that too. One query from your terminal touches 7 databases across 4 agencies simultaneously. You type a name at 9 in the morning. By noon, you have the location of every phone that number called in 11 countries over 4 years. You never left the building. The person you are mapping has no idea you exist. On a Thursday, you finish the profile. On Friday, you are told the deployment moved up 48 hours. You hand the file over. You are never told what happened inside that room. You know this man's childhood better than he does. That part does not go away when you close the terminal. Level 2. The Observer. You are 31 and you are not allowed to speak. That is the rule for the first 60 hours. You sit behind one-way glass and watch. 11 sessions across 4 days. The interrogator across the table never raises his voice. That is the first thing you notice. He never leans in when the subject leans back. He does the opposite. 70 seconds of silence, and the subject fills it every single time. You write down what the subject says when he fills it. You also write down when the interrogator shifts posture because nothing in that room is accidental. Every lean, every pause, every casual glance away is a decision made before the session started. You can request the full recording of any HIG session conducted in the past 3 years. Not summaries, full recordings, unedited, with behavioral annotation timestamps. You sit with headphones for 11 hours one afternoon and watch a man dismantle his own account of events across 6 separate sessions because an interrogator asked him about his grandmother on day 1 and then never mentioned her again for 8 days. On day 9, he mentioned her himself. That was the door. On session 8, you watch something you do not expect. The interrogator ends the session by standing, extending his hand, and thanking the subject for his time. The subject shakes it. You watch the subject's face. Something in it opens, not from fear, but from the simple fact that nobody had extended a hand to him in 7 months. You start timing your wife's silences on the drive home that week. You notice you are doing it. You do not stop. Level 3. The Interrogator. Your first deployment is a facility in a country that will not appear in your travel record. The flight takes 9 hours. You carry nothing with a name on it. You already know more about the man across the table than anyone he has ever met. You know he touches his left ear when he is constructing something rather than recalling it. He does it within the first 4 minutes. You let him talk. You ask about his childhood. He answers. You already know the answers. That is not the point. The point is that he does not know you know, and the distance between those 2 facts is where the entire session lives. You can request a non-attributed session, no recording equipment. 1 cleared witness. Whatever the subject tells you in that room exists in exactly 1 document after, a single-page summary that you write. You decide what the summary contains. You decide what the record says happened. You use it once on this deployment. The subject tells you something that would expose 2 ongoing operations if it appeared in any transcript. You write the summary. It is factually accurate. It is also incomplete in a specific way. You choose the specific way. You are very good now at deciding what the record says. You bring that skill home with you. You do not notice how often you use it until much later. If this is landing for you, subscribing takes 2 seconds and you never miss one of these. Level 4. The Team Leader. You are not in the room anymore. You watch through glass. You manage a 3-person team and a subject who has been in custody for 22 days. You write adjustments on a notepad. A coordinator passes them to a tablet. The interrogator checks the tablet during the 3-minute break at the 90-minute mark. You are conducting something that resembles surgery more than conversation. On day 5, you redirect the approach entirely. The interrogator was building rapport through shared grievance. You redirect to family. The subject has a daughter, 8 years old. He has not seen her in 16 months. You do not threaten her. You do not mention her. You ask the interrogator to ask him what her laugh sounds like. He talks for 38 minutes without stopping. You can exclude any single agency officer from your operational briefings by filing one compartmentalization request. The CIA has had a man on this deployment since day 3. He wants a seat at every table. You file the form on day 6. He waits in a different room. This is not personal, it is structural. The friction between agencies is not just a headache. At this level, it is a tool. A CIA officer corners you in a hallway that evening and tells you the subject is not who you think he is. He is right. You already knew. You nod and thank him for the information. At dinner that night, you realize you spent the meal watching your own family the way you watch a room. Level 5. The Director. You have been briefed into programs that have no public names. The rooms where this happens seat fewer than 6 people. You know that number because you count every time. You no longer run interrogations. You run the interrogators. You approve deployment decisions, methodology shifts, and post-session classifications. When a session produces intelligence that alters an active operation, you decide which parts of that intelligence appear in any written record and in what form. You have testified before a Senate subcommittee twice. On both occasions, 3 of your answers were factually accurate and operationally incomplete in ways no senator in that room had the clearance to recognize. You can retroactively classify the output of a completed interrogation. A session happened. A man spoke. What he said can become inaccessible to everyone who was not in that room. You have exercised that authority 4 times. Each time there was a documented reason. Each reason was real. A researcher comes to you with a profile. Young, careful work, 51 pages. She has identified 7 pressure points ranked by projected psychological yield. You look at the subject photograph. You have seen this face in a different file 7 years ago, a context she does not have clearance to know about. You approve the deployment. You do not tell her what you know that her databases do not contain. Before bed, you check the locks 3 times. You have done this every night for 6 years. You stopped asking yourself why after the 2nd year. Somewhere in a federal building right now, a 26-year-old sits outside a conference room he has never been inside. He has a master's degree in behavioral psychology and a clearance he received 4 months ago. He is waiting to be called in for his first briefing. He does not know what the briefing will cover. He does not know what knowing will cost, or how quietly the cost accumulates, or that the person who hands him his first file once sat in a chair exactly like that one. The room calls his name. He stands. He goes in. The cycle continues. If you stayed this long, you already know this channel is worth staying on. Subscribe and the next one finds you.